Being single is a luxury. It's a gift. Think about it, being able to be single, to be by yourself, be solo, no relationships, no friends, and being able to thrive in it. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna try to defend anything or anyone. I'm thriving in it. It's a gift. It's a luxury. I can do things by myself. Sure, I don't have friends, I don't have connections. And why would I sit down and cry about that? I used to. I remember when the pandemic happened and I was on Instagram and I would post stories asking people, because when the pandemic happened and when there was that lockdown and it was completely the door was shut in my face, all those little things that were sort of like keeping me alive, to be, without wanting to sound too dramatic, gone, vanished. And it was just me and me. And I thought, okay, cool. That's it. That's the end. And I remember posting on my stories on Instagram, or like posting videos on Instagram, asking people to teach people to be okay being alone. Because somehow the pandemic forced singleness, being single, being solo. It just forced it down to us, and we were not prepared. We were not prepared. And a lot of people did not survive. A lot of people did not make it out of it unscathed. And I'm so glad I did. It was so hard. Oh yeah, and when I was posting all those stories on Instagram, I got no, and that's fine. I knew they were not my crowd. They were not. Sort of like, I already knew they were my friends, but not really. Like, we didn't have any emotional connection, nothing. So I got no, I don't know. I wasn't looking for encouragement. Sort of like an acknowledgement. Yeah, you're right. You're actually right. The people I knew, all of the people I knew, were in couples. And it's funny because when the pandemic happened and they had to live together, after the pandemic finished, it ended, they broke up. They're not together anymore. So it shows quite a lot that whole thing, like people having to live together, and I know that from experience. The longest relationship I ever had, when we decided to move in together, it killed it within the last 6 months living together. Because, I mean, make what you will out of this. Like, people are, how can I put this? I'm not trying to promote it. Being single is better. And that proved my point. Like, they got together, they thought they would be happy, the pandemic, and they broke up. And I came out of it stronger. It made me stronger. It made me realize, oh, I had to be alone. I had to be isolated, like really isolated. And I enjoyed it at the end. It's like, it felt like a rehab from people. And it was good for me, like when they tried to make me go to rehab and I said, no. Actually, it was good for me. I didn't want it, but it was the best thing for me, if that makes sense. And especially in this day and age, being single and being alone, it's a superpower. There is no other word. There is people that cannot do what solo people do. They cannot fathom doing things alone. I can, and you can't. So who is, like, where is the, like, it's a fact. I have that asset. It's an absolute asset. I can do that. And you can't. You say that you cannot go to a restaurant by yourself. I can. So who is winning here? Like, if it had to be a competition, because that's fine if you want to be by yourself. Sorry, with other people and just do stuff with your partner or whatever, with your friends. That's fine. But the whole notion that single people, especially women, single women, poor them, it's just you're trying to mask the whatever insecurities you have. Anyway, I wish I knew. I mean, I wish I knew those things way earlier. I know it might sound terrible, but I wish that pandemic had happened earlier. Maybe it happened in the right time, because I don't know, if I was a little bit younger, I don't know. Maybe it happened in the right time. Yeah, and it's funny. It's funny how the people I knew, the couples, broke up. And anyway, I don't want to... It feels like I'm trying to convince you. I'm not. It's just the whole notion of single people, single women, over 30s, oh my gosh, trying so hard, people like to be with other people. They're failures in the society. Teach people how to be alone. Teach people how to be alone. Do you know why? Because another pandemic might happen again. I'm ready. Are you? I'm ready. I mean, in some ways, I would welcome a pandemic. Not the horrificness of a pandemic, not the disease, but as in, if they told us you shouldn't be next to other people, 2 feet away, yes, please. Can we bring it back? Yeah, I'm ready. Anyway, that's a superpower in its own merit, isn't it? I think it is. Have an amazing day.